Hey everybody, Iceman 50 here. So I haven't put the video out yet. I gotta edit it still, but we started working on Trevor's Asian Ranger, and the frame around that shock mount area is just disintegrating. Yeah, he wasn't too happy. I'm not super pleased, but I think I spent a couple days looking here, and fun fact, if you didn't know, all Rangers basically rust out in the same fucking places on the frame and in certain areas. So there's different companies that make different kits depending on basically to shore up your frame. It's too bad that it wasn't at the back of the frame. Yeah, that's easy to fix. You can get little C, it's like a C patch, it's like a C-shaped piece of metal that goes around it in the back, and those are like $40 for a set. But this is over the axle, and there's like one company that basically makes a panel that a piece that goes from like ahead of like kind of where the what do they call that thing, a sway bar link, goes from like the sway bar link to just past the shock, and that's exactly the place that I was thinking about, if I was gonna do it, because I was like, oh, we'll make a template and we'll get some metal, and well, somebody's already invented a better mousetrap here. For $210 you can get this whole piece that basically caps your frame. We got to deal with like adding another little extra plate where the shock mount is, but it's not really a big deal. So basically, this is a welded piece, but to start with, man, I really hate those rubber strips in the road here. You see these? Your wheels go anyways, so I think the plan to start with is I'm gonna get this piece. We're gonna scrape and rust convert, get some rust converter on the frame, and then prime it or whatever, and then we're gonna get this thing on here, and I am gonna panel bond the shit out of it. Just coat this thing, and so and then we'll clamp it together, and then I think there's a few spots where I can put some bolts through, and then we're gonna do that, and that's gonna shore it up, and then when I have just a little bit more money, I'll get a welder, and I'll save up some money. I'll get a halfway decent welder. I like HTP, but their cheapest one is, I don't know. I gotta look, because I can use that to fix the CB 354 cylinder too. So Harbor Freight makes a $180 gasless welder. Use flux core welding wire or whatnot. I mean, it would be nice to have a welder, but the thing is that I don't want to make like a rushed purchase and spend $200 when for $600 I could get a lot nicer welder that I would last longer or whatever. It'd be more versatile. I don't know. For the moment, I think I'm kind of constrained at 120 volt welder, or at least maybe a 220 or a 240 that I could use a plug and do it that way. Like that would be a good option. Man, this guy in the Toyota's ripping it. It is hauling asphalt in that thing. So anyways, yeah, I think that's the plan. At first I was like, oh my god, this is bad, but then I realized, oh, all the Rangers are like that from that era. So then I didn't feel as bad. So I think that's the plan. I'm hoping it doesn't rain here. We're trying to get home before it might rain. But yeah, I think I'll have already dropped, when I get home, I'm going to drop this the last video on the Ranger, where we worked on the airbag system and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, and I got a new shock and everything. So we're kind of, we're not driving it for the moment. I'm hoping I can get this taken care of within like a week or so. We got some time still. And then, either I can have somebody else weld this up in the meantime, or it can wait until, I get a welder. One of the two. I'd still have to go over to like my friend's house, and we'd have to put in like a 220 circuit into his house, like we were talking about. That is like, well, we'll just go from the breaker panel to the outside of the house and put out a waterproof box or something. It would be handy and convenient for him, and so yeah, maybe in the meantime, before I get this welder, we'll add a circuit to his house, and then we'll be ready. Come on, buddy. So yeah, but yeah, just a little update. It's like, man, this sucks. What are you gonna do though? And we still may need those other the rear frame pieces too. I don't know. The shackle was replaced on this thing in the back corner. It's all not great. So, but yeah, me and Jay, we're brainstorming, and that was his idea. It was the panel bond and get it all together, and then we can weld it, in the end. So, but what else are you gonna do? I mean, it's a $1,500 truck, we just gotta, and we're not gonna tow anything, not keep anything in the bed, anything heavy. So this person needs to wake up. So yeah, I don't think we have too much to worry about. It's a tiny little truck, man, and we ain't gonna haul shit in it. So I mean, nothing of any real weight, So, but yeah, that's the update, and this may, hopefully like this week or next weekend we can get to that. I'll bring you along. But there's some prep we got to do. Scrape the frame, rust convert it, like I said, all that. So might start with that this weekend. So all right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. All right, easy. How am I going to get around to 1104? I said, how am I going to get around to 1104? They're tearing big holes over there, and now you got over here.
I mean, I was able to...
You were able to get over there?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You should be able to.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Sounds good. All right, thanks. Jesus, look what they've done, guys. They're tearing up our parking lot. They were going to be repairing it. Wow. Yeah, that's where the speed bumps were. Wow, it's a chick driving it. I didn't even notice. Wow. And we got the lawnmower man. All right, you guys, see ya.